So yes, he's picked up the label of the most avoided and one of the most dangerous heavyweights on the planet today. He's getting his nipples tickled by the media and the pundits. They're all going, fucking hell, he's unbelievable. He's the new George Foreman. Nobody wants to smoke. And yes, they're all talking about how he's knocked out every single notable heavyweight at the top of the division in sparring. Yeah.
He can do it right now. He fucks those guys up in sparring. Like the stories about this guy in sparring, everybody he brings in, he gives them a world of hell.
He almost has now become the most avoided heavyweight out there. No one wants to fight him.
You think he'll fight Bakole?
Why'd you look so surprised?
Well, I'll tell you why.
Let me tell you something.
I'll tell you why.
Let me tell you about Anthony Joshua.
Same reason that Billy Nelson has told everybody this. Nobody wants to fight him.
Yeah, no, but let me tell you
everybody
about
wants
Anthony
to avoid
Joshua.
him. It's too much aggravation.
But Martyn Bakole, who's the most dangerous fighter in the heavyweight division that nobody knows about. Do you know that guy?
No.
From the Congo?
I don't know anybody.
Martyn Bakole's fucking terrifying.
Really?
So of course we're talking about the boogeyman, Mr. Martyn Bakole.
I'll knock you out, you. After knocking Ajagba out, I'll knock you out as well.
Okay, so trash talking definitely ain't his fucking strong point, but anyway, I just want to hold up a second, park the old brakes for a minute, because even though old Martyn obviously is a very nifty fighter, I do want to ask the question, is this narrative actually justified? I mean, where did it come from? And ultimately, is it a bit of an overhype? Bear with me, let's have a look, shall we now? Before I give him his plaudits, and believe me I will, let's talk about this narrative. Is he actually the most avoided heavyweight on the planet today, or is this just something that he and Billy Nelson have said in interviews over and over and over and over and over and over again?
They don't want to fight me because I make mistake of spar them in the gym. No, I want a big fight. They're avoiding me now. They know reason why. So I should tell people why they're avoiding me, because they know what happened in the gym. So now they're avoiding me. Because I make big mistake of sparring these people, and now they're avoiding me because they know what is going to happen in the fight. But no one wants the smoke. And all these top guys there in UK, they don't want to fight me. I'm calling them out. Nobody comes say, yes, I want to fight Martyn Bakole. I give them hard time in the gym. I beat them in the gym. So now they're avoiding me. Everyone can see it now. I give them hard time in the sparring. All top guys out there, that's why they're avoiding me. But it's a very big risk I took, because today nobody wants to fight me because they know who I am in the ring.
What he's done with 20-ounce gloves and 18-ounce gloves and a head guard on, they don't want to see that happening with him with 10-ounce gloves. It's as simple as that.
There's nobody say yes to fight me, so I'm getting ready so they can maybe support me with a call today or tomorrow. And I'm struggling in the UK to get sparring because nobody wants to spar me anymore, and I say no to spar them because they don't want to fight me. I don't know why they are hiding. I don't know why they are running. I don't know why they don't want the smoke. I don't know. There's nobody want to fight me.
Yes, so you say something loud enough and for long enough, eventually it's gonna stick. It's very similar to old Tyson Fury convincing his fans a few years back that he was the greatest fighter of all time, no man born from his fucking brother and all that bollocks. But anyway, yes, for Martyn, he says nobody wants to fight him. All the big boys are ducking him, with the latest one being Kabayel, who apparently shit himself and pulled out of negotiations.
I came to inform you about the Kabayel fight. I'm so disappointed by Kabayel pull up the fight. So he doesn't want the smoke.
I mean, okay, yes, Kabayel did pull out, that is a fact, but was it because he didn't want the smoke, as Bakole says, or was it because Bakole himself asked for way too much money?
Why did you not progress with that fight?
You know, why I not fight with Bakole? You know, Bakole, he's a very funny guy. You know, no, I like him, but he know why the fight is not coming. He know it, you know, but he make a little bit politic. He say, yeah, Kabayel angry, he will not fight with me. Bro, I fight everyone. For me, it's no problem. But he say, what is the problem, you know? He want too much money, and he not says this. And the first call, you can tell Spencer, he called me, you won't fight Bakole. I not say, Spencer, how much money give me? I say, no problem, I'm ready, let's go. He say to me, when you fight with Bakole, Bakole want too much money. I say to Spencer, what is the plan? You can fight with Zeng. I say, oh, no problem, I'm ready, give me. I will fight.
Okay, so who's lying? Fuck knows. We'll never know the full truth, but personally, I know who I believe, and I find it hard to see Kabayel being a ducker when he's been known to take on all comers, plus he's now fighting pretty much the heaviest puncher on the planet, I'll seal it bang. That just don't scream duck to me, so personally, I'm struggling to believe Bakole on that one. However, if old Martyn is actually stretching the truth, of course it wouldn't be the first time, would it? Because how can we forget all the infamous sparring stories? Fucking hell. See, this is another good reason the old Bakole hype train is so high these days. According to this man, when it comes to sparring, he's completely annihilated the very best in the world, and none of them have ever returned. He's a bit like that Bonnie Blue, ain't he? He smashed absolutely fucking everyone. Actually, yeah, off topic, we need to talk about that Bonnie Blue, don't we? Because she really is ridiculous, ain't she? I mean, she needs to have a good look in the mirror and really sort herself out, because I was waiting around for fucking ages for number 612. Her timekeeping's terrible. I said, come on, Bon, liven up. I've got to get back for Love Island tonight. Put a bit of back into it, sis. Anyway, yes, sparring is a touchy subject among fighters that generally should be kept private, but Bakole's gone fuck all that. He's broken the golden rule and gone full pelt, spilling the beans on absolutely everyone. In fact, I'd be amazed if he ever found anyone willing to spar him again, because he's bound to say the very next day that he duffed them up. And so, yes, according to him, he stopped Usyk in sparring, he's broken the nose of Daniel Dubious twice, he stopped Jarrell Miller, Joe Joyce gave Anthony Joshua absolute nightmares, the list goes on. But is that a load of complete and utter bollocks? Well, yes, very likely. Not just the fact that all these names are pretty durable, they've only been stopped a handful of times between them in real fights, let alone sparring. I mean, how hard is it to stop Joe Joyce and Jarrell Miller? They're both tough as fuck. But also, it's very likely bollocks, because there are some counter-arguments to this narrative. Like, for example, for no reason at all, Bakole leaked a short video of him on social media getting the better of old Joe Joyce. Okay, yes, as you can see in that clip, he does. But fair play, Team Joyce replied with another occasion in which Bakole didn't look too good during the spar.
In that sparring, I swear to you this, Martyn Bakole had his moments in there, as he would do with anyone, because he's a brilliant fighter. But when the rounds were going on, because they were scheduled to do 10 rounds, he got out the ring after 6 rounds or 7 rounds because Joe Joyce was getting on top of him, and then he was ended up on his hands and knees being sick in a bucket, and Billy Nelson goes, he's a vegetarian and he had something dodgy to eat. Like, no, he didn't. He just got fucked up.
So there we are. Touche is the word you're looking for. But then let's talk about the now well-known Usyk spars. So a lot of you may have seen this clip.
We've heard you say that you stopped Daniel Dubois and Usyk in sparring. Can you elaborate on that?
They never come back to say that I'm lying, because they know it's true. So,
do you remember the shots specifically that dropped them?
Uppercut, left hook, jab. All of them, I give them a hard time with the jab. I always keep this one for the fight. So soon I use it once, so you can't stand, but the nose, I got nice jab, nice left hook, so everyone get it.
Right, okay, that sounds feasible, doesn't it? What shot was it, Martyn? The old uppercut, the left hook, the jab, right hook, headbutt? Yeah, one of them, I reckon, bruv. But it's like, well, what one was it then? Are you saying you knocked out Usyk and Dubois in sparring with a jab? Really? Okay. Also, the story gets a bit muddled when a few months later he actually says he knocked out Usyk with a body shot.
Which one of those shots did you drop Usyk with?
Was body shot. Step back, body shot.
So there we go. It turns out it wasn't an uppercut, a left hook or a jab, it was actually a body shot. Yet another variation of the story. But also, if we go back 3 years to when Usyk fought Joshua for the first time, Bakole was interviewed just before the fight and talked about his time in Usyk's camp as his sparring partner. And by the by, just before we carry on, don't forget that Dasney have a cracking deal for you at the minute, a 30% off the annual plan flash sale. Oh yes, so sign yourself up at this blinding low price deal just in time for our Frankie boys' arrival in April. All the big boys in one place. What a year it's going to be. Click my link below for more info. Now where were we?
The experience of obviously going out to Ukraine to spar Alexander Usyk, can you give us a little insight into what it was like?
Yeah, I have team, they call me just to help him. I never do 12 or 10 rounds to know how he's going to handle it in the ring. I was going only do 6 rounds, 4 rounds. He's a top guy there, got a nice skill.
So yes, if you watch this interview, there's not a single mention of knockout body shots or giving him a really hard time. He's all respectful, saying Usyk is very skilled and it was a great experience. Now this in fact does seem believable, so what has changed? Well listen, I may be wrong about all this and all these stories are completely true. But ultimately, it looks like Team Bakole may have potentially fabricated a load of waffle with sparring stories and people ducking in order to bring some attention on themselves in this current climate. And I mean, don't get me wrong, we know you got to do that to some effect in boxing in order to build your profile. You don't really need to fucking lie, but you do need to make a lot of noise. And going on that basis, do you know what? I've got to tip my hat to them because it really has worked an absolute treat. Pretty much everyone is on the Bakole train right now. The media have lapped up his sparring stories and they've also taken his most avoided heavyweight talk and ran with it as well. Then along with the Jared Anderson win, he's managed to create an aura around himself that he really is the real deal and the next big thing. However, this is the burning question: is he actually the real deal and is he the next big thing? So yes, don't get me wrong, I'm not having a go at old Martyn for all this stuff. You've always got to check people on their bollocks, but to be fair, he's just playing the old game. And don't worry, I'm not a complete fucking twonk. It's clear to see that he is a very, very good fighter. Yes, at 6'6", nigh on 300 pounds, he's got the size, the power and the demolition style to cause a lot of people a lot of problems. Plus on top of that, he is bloody quick for such a big unit. He don't even really load up too much. Instead, he throws these sort of speedy arm punches, a lot like Kabayel Matthias in a way, and of course they are seriously effective. But having said all that, the problem with old Martyn is that he seems to be a little bit of an enigma. For instance, on one hand he can be really respectful, but then on the other hand he can be completely disrespectful, leaking sparring footage and spouting unnecessary lies about people. Then on top of that he can look solid as a rock, an absolute force to be reckoned with against the likes of Jared Anderson, or he can look a little bit fragile with a very questionable mentality against Michael Hunter. And if you look at it closely, we still don't really know where he's at.
Look, Martyn, you hardly threw a punch in that round there. You hardly threw a punch in that round. Why? Come on, answer me. Eh? Very good. Why did you not throw many punches there? Why? You need to... No, hey, no, 2 rounds to go. You must continue.
Let's listen to this.
Martyn, you need to listen. You need to listen. You just work on the jab. We'll jab his head off. Please, you need to work. Martyn, you're no fucking quitting you. Martyn.
He's gonna... And Hunter now. Oh, quality shots. Hunter combination. He's playing again. This is stunning from Hunter. He said leg stoppage. And is he going to get the leg stoppage? Surely, Bill Edwards, surely.
So okay, yes, it was quite a few years back and he did apparently acquire a shoulder injury in the 8th round, but still, I don't know, it just looked like he completely gave up in that fight.
And then toward the latter half of it, there was the issue with the shoulder, but again, in the last round, he started throwing the right hand again, so there's another mystery to this non-performance by Bakole tonight.
I think Bakole mentally had given up before the end there, maybe a couple of rounds before.
Well, that's the point, really, in a sense, isn't it? And what does that say about Bakole's hopes of really establishing himself at the top level?
And let's not beat about the bush. He's very quick to say that nobody wants to smoke with him and everyone's ducking, but the fact is he didn't want the rematch smoke with Hunter when it was offered to him. He said, "I'll fuck that right off," and he went on to fight Marius Wack and Kevin Johnson instead. 2 men who have basically become confidence boosters for upcoming fighters. So that weren't really the best look. However, maybe he's doing a bit of a Daniel Dubious. In the same way he fell short against Joe Joyce, Bakole fell short against Hunter, and both men kind of bailed out the fight to a lot of heavy criticism. But since then, just like Daniel, he has had the necessary rebuild fights to get him where he is today. And fair play, because he's looking better than ever. I will say the difference is though, Daniel has now proved himself to be world level after the emphatic year that he's had, whereas Bakole, yes of course he looks like a massive problem, But we gotta be honest here, regardless of the hype around him, as it stands, he's fought absolutely nobody, and certainly nobody in the top 10. In fact, the one time that he did step up, he actually lost. And for people saying, hold up a minute, he beat Jared Anderson, top prospect, well, I mean, okay, let's call Jared a top 20, but he was never a top 10. He just had one of them Deontay Wilder padded records, and don't forget he had trouble with old Charles Martin, so that ain't a top 10, is it? No offence to the old walk like a god fella. But anyway, yes, as mentioned, he is a pucker fighter, but is he a pucker fighter in the way the media and the hype is making him out to be? Does he beat Usyk? Does he beat Fury, Zhang, Dubious, Parker? I just don't know. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I can't really get on that page yet myself. I mean, he may be an offensive beast, but defence-wise, it really ain't his biggest strength. His chin is always up in the air, just begging for a stray haymaker over the top. So what happens when one of the big boys lands on him, which they inevitably will? He definitely didn't take it well when Hunter peppered him, so who knows? Personally, I just need a few more receipts myself, but that doesn't fucking matter, does it? Because I'll talk shit. And yes, it's all stupid opinions. Many will say bollocks to what they've heard today, and fair diddly. Let me know what you think of old Bakole. Comment below. Adios for now.